Hey there, money-savvy friends. Let's talk about something that might sound a bit snoozeworthy at first, but trust me, it's actually pretty genius. We're diving into the 50-30ths, 20 budgeting rule today, and I promise it's not as complicated as it sounds. In fact, if you can handle basic math like, dividing by 10, you're already halfway there. So what's this magical 50-30ths, 20 rule all about? It's basically a super simple way to divide up your hard-earned cash. Here's the breakdown: 50% goes to your needs, 30% to your wants, and 20% straight into savings. Easy peasy, right? Now, you might be thinking, why should I care about another budgeting method? Well, here's the deal: this rule is perfect for beginners. It takes all the guesswork out of budgeting and helps you build good money habits without feeling like you were stuck in a financial straitjacket. Plus, it's so straightforward that you can start using it today without needing a finance degree. Let's break it down with some real numbers, shall we? Imagine you're bringing home $2,000 a month. Using the 50-30-20ths rule, here's how that would shake out. $1,000, that's your 50%, goes to needs. We're talking rent, groceries, utilities, the stuff that keeps a roof over your head and food in your belly. $600, your 30%, is for wants. This is your fun money: Netflix subscriptions, dinners out with friends, that new pair of shoes you've been eyeing. And finally, for $100, the remaining 20% goes straight into savings. This could be your emergency fund, retirement savings, or that dream vacation fund you've been meaning to start. See how easy that was? You don't need to be a math wizard or spend hours crunching numbers. If you can divide by 10, you're good to go. Now, before you run off to reorganize your entire financial life, let's talk about some common mistakes people make with this rule. First up, misclassifying wants as needs. Look, I get it, that daily latte feels like a need, but it's definitely in the want category. Be honest with yourself about what's truly essential. Another pitfall: not adjusting for a regular income. If your paycheck fluctuates month to month, you might need to tweak the percentages a bit. The key is to stay flexible and adjust as you go. So how do you actually start using this rule today? It's easier than you might think. You can use a budgeting app. There are tons of free ones out there, or just whip up a simple spreadsheet. The important thing is to start small and stay consistent. Don't beat yourself up if you don't get it perfect right away. This is a learning process, and you'll get better at it over time. Remember, saving money doesn't have to be complicated or painful. This rule is all about finding a balance that works for you. It's not about depriving yourself. It's about making smart choices so you can enjoy life now while still planning for the future. Let's be real for a second. Budgeting isn't exactly the most thrilling topic, but you know what is exciting? Taking control of your money and watching your savings grow. That's the kind of financial glow-up we're all about here. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but what if my situation is different? What if I have debt to pay off, or I am trying to save for a big purchase? Great questions. The beauty of the 50-30-20ths rule is that it's flexible. You can totally adjust the percentages to fit your specific situation. For example, if you're aggressively paying off debt, you might want to bump up that 20% savings category to 30% or even 40% and trim down your wants for a while. It's all about finding what works for you and your goals. Speaking of goals, let's talk about how this rule can help you crush them. Say you've always dreamed of buying a house. By consistently putting 20% of your income into savings, you're building up that down payment faster than you might think. Or maybe you want to start your own business. That 20% can become your startup fund. The point is, this rule isn't just about managing your money day to day. It's about setting yourself up for long-term success and making your big dreams a reality. Now, I know some of you overachievers out there might be tempted to go all in and try to save even more than 20%. And hey, if you can swing it, more power to you. But remember, the goal here is sustainability. It is better to consistently save 20% than to burn out trying to save 50% and give up altogether. Let's talk about the needs category for a second. This is where your essential expenses go, things like housing, food, utilities, and transportation. But here is a pro tip. Just because something falls into the needs category doesn't mean you can't look for ways to reduce those costs. Shopping around for better insurance rates, negotiating your bills, or finding a more affordable living situation can all help free up more money for your wants and savings. Now onto the fun stuff, the wants category. This is where a lot of people struggle, but it's also where you have the most flexibility. The key is to prioritize. What really brings you joy? Maybe it's travel or concerts or trying new restaurants. Whatever it is, make sure you're spending your want money on things that truly make you happy, not just mindless purchases. Here is a little trick I like to use. Whenever I am tempted to buy something in the want category, I ask myself, is this worth trading part of my freedom for? Because that is essentially what you're redoing when you spend money, trading your time and freedom for stuff. Sometimes the answer is yes, and that's totally okay. But often, you'll find that the item isn't really worth it, and you can happily redirect that money to your savings instead. Let us address the elephant in the room. What if you're not making enough money to make this rule work? First off, don't get discouraged. The 50-30-20 rule is a guideline, not a hard and fast rule. If you're in a situation where more than 50% of your income is going to needs, that's okay. The important thing is to start somewhere. Even if you can only save 5% right now, that's still progress. The goal is to gradually work towards that 50-30-20 split. This might mean looking for ways to increase your income side hustle. Anyone? Or finding creative ways to reduce your expenses. Remember, personal finance is personal. Your journey is unique to you. One of the best things about this rule is how it can grow with you. As your income increases over time, you can keep the same percentages but see your actual savings amount grow. It's like giving yourself an automatic raise every time you get a pay bump. Now, let's talk about actually implementing this rule in your daily life. One of the easiest ways is to set up automatic transfers. As soon as your paycheck hits your account, have 20% automatically moved to a separate savings account, out of sight, out of mind, right? This way, you're repaying yourself first and not relying on willpower to save what is left at the end of the month. For tracking your spending in the needs and wants categories, there are tons of great apps out there that can categorize your purchases automatically. But if you're more of an old-school pen and paper person, that works too. The important thing is to find a system that you'll actually stick with. Remember, the 50-30-20 rule is just a starting point. As you get more comfortable with budgeting, you might want to break things down even further. Maybe you want to allocate a certain percentage to investing or create a separate category for giving to charity. The sky's the limit. The most important thing is to start. Don't let perfect be the enemy of good. Even if you can't hit these exact percentages right away, just tracking your spending and being more mindful of where your money is going is a huge step in the right direction. So there you have it, the 50-30-20 rule in all its glory. It's simple, it's flexible, and it can seriously change your financial game. Remember, saving money doesn't have to be complicated. If this helped you feel more in control of your finances, drop her in the comments, hit that subscribe button for more no-fluff finance tips, and let me know, what's your biggest money goal this year? Whether it's paying off debt, saving for a big purchase, or just getting a handle on your spending, I want to hear about it. Let's crush those financial goals together.